Okay, we're going to take a look at circuit 2 here for the troubleshooting lab. What we have here is a little more of a complicated circuit. It's got a start and stop, push a test light, and control relay. All right, so I want to know what this circuit is. It's pretty much a basic stop-start memory circuit. If you hit start, you're going to get memory here, and it'll turn on this push to test light. So a couple things to note. The wire numbers on here make sense, 1 being our positives and 2 being our neutrals. Our line 1, line 2s, and the 3s and 4s and 5s seem to all make sense, okay? So that's our circuit. So as I go through and troubleshoot this, let's just start taking a look at it. I've got the power on right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do this, okay? So that seems to be pretty good, okay? Next, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to push that, and the relay here is coming on and the light is coming on, okay? So that's good. But there seems to be a problem because there's no memory. So at this point, I'm going to troubleshoot this a little bit differently than we did the last time, okay? What I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to turn the power off, so that's basically kill the disconnect there. And I'm going to pull out these fuses here. So not only have I killed the disconnect, but I've isolated the system completely from voltage. Now, if I had to go in and troubleshoot each individual part, I could. Sometimes you have to completely disconnect them or disconnect the items that you want to do and check them to see if they're working, but we're going to try and not to do that, okay? So as I troubleshoot here, I want you to understand how this is set up. These have wire numbers on them, 1, 3, 4, 2, that makes sense. And this is marked right here, and that corresponds to the wire numbers that are on here. So I can make my readings here, okay? So unlike the last circuit, I'm not going to go and I'm not going to check for any voltage, okay? Because we have voltage because the light and the relay are working. So there's something else going to be like a contact problem or something like that. I don't know. There's something else wrong with the logic here because the devices do have voltage. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use a combination of resistance and continuity, and then to see what you think is the best, okay? So let's just start with the first one. We have the first push button here, which is 1 and 3, and it's closed, all right? So if I were to come up here and I were to touch 1 and 3, that's what I'm getting for resistance, okay? And I'll push the button, and hopefully that makes sense to you. I'll check with continuity just for the heck of it. So there I've got tone, and I push the button, and the tone goes away, okay? So let's move on to the next component. I'm going to go to the second push button, which is 3 and 4. This push button here is connected to 3 and 4. So if I bring my multimeter and I touch 3 here and 4 here, okay, and I go ahead and push that button, I'm getting continuity. You want to see what it looks like on resistance? We can do that. And I'll go right here with this. Okay. So I also note that the 3 and the 4 go through the control relay contacts. So I want to be able to check those contacts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I should behave like a second push button, right? So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go and I'm going to push this relay down and actuate it. Okay, and I'm on resistance. You can kind of see what happens there. Okay, and I'll go ahead and set it to continuity, and I'll push this down. Okay, I'll do that again. I let it up, I'll do it again. Okay, and then so what I'm going to do, just for the heck of it, I'm going to follow these wires up to here, up to the actual contacts here on this. Okay, so now I'm touching the contacts. I'm not just touching where the wires contact to the terminal strip. I'm touching the contacts up there, and I'm on my continuity right there, and I'll push this down. I push it down. I'm getting a tone. Let's just be sure I got a good contact there. All right, I'll push it down again. Sorry. Got tone, and I'll go to my resistance right here, and I'll push that down. And that's what I got when I just basically follow those contacts back up. Okay. There's another set of contacts we have to check here. That's 1 and 5. because the relay also turns on the light, so I'm at resistance, so I go to 1 and 5 right here, and I make the relay right there. That's what I'm getting for ohms. I'm going to come here for continuity, and I'm going to make this, ready? So I'm getting tone. And so once again, I'm just going to follow these contacts. These are supposed to be normally open contacts, so I will follow them up right here. And watch the meter. I'm gonna make this again, ready? I'm making it. Looks like I got tone. And I'm going to go to resistance. And I'm going to make these. And there's my ohms. Okay? So now I'm not going to go and I'm not going to check any voltage or anything. I basically just checked all my contact points. The normally closed, the normally open, the control relays here, the contacts here. I'm not going to check the loads here because they were turning on, which means the loads are good, and they were also getting voltage there. So at this point, there should be enough information here for you to figure out what is wrong with this item.